I'm Robinson, 87 years old, and I don't have much patience left for pretending I understand what any of this meant. Most days are quiet now, too quiet.
The kind of quiet where you hear your own breathing and start counting it without meaning to. I'm not telling this because I want forgiveness or comfort or applause.
I don't even know who I'd be asking. I'm telling it because there's a question I was asked late in life, and once it landed, it never left. It changed how I see everything that came before it.
And there isn't much time left to sit with it alone. I wake up early, earlier than I need to. My body does that now. The house is still, except for the refrigerator humming like it's keeping watch. I sit at the small table by the window and wait for the light to come in. I used to rush mornings. Now they stretch. Nothing is chasing me anymore. Most of the people who knew me when I was young are gone. Some drifted away, some died. A few I pushed away without realizing that's what I was doing. When you're young, distance feels reversible, like you can always cross it later. It turns out you can't. I spend time thinking about that now, about how confident I was that later would always show up. When I was in my 20s, I thought I was doing everything right. I wasn't reckless. I didn't waste my days. I worked. I showed up. I paid bills. I married a good woman. We bought a small house that smelled like fresh paint and optimism. I believed that if I kept my head down and did what was expected, life would take care of the rest. I worked long hours, not because anyone forced me to, but because it felt responsible, necessary. Everyone around me was doing the same, staying late, bringing work home, talking about sacrifice like it was a badge you wore quietly on your chest. I told myself I'd slow down later. My wife would ask me to sit with her in the evenings, just sit, no agenda. I'd say in a minute more times than I can count. Sometimes that minute came. Often it didn't. I was tired. I had deadlines. There was always something unfinished that felt urgent. She didn't complain much. That's something I think about now. If she had yelled, maybe I would have noticed. But she just adjusted. She filled the quiet herself, read books, called her sister, went to bed before me. I mistook her patience for permanence. When our children were young, I told myself I was working for them. That's a convenient story. It makes absence feel noble. I missed school plays because meetings ran late, missed dinners because traffic was bad, or I'd lost track of time. When I was there, my mind was often somewhere else, replaying conversations from work or planning the next day. They learned not to ask me for much. Kids are good at that. They adapt faster than adults. I didn't see it as a loss back then. I saw it as independence. I was proud of them for not needing me. Years passed without any single moment that felt like a mistake. That's the thing no one tells you. It doesn't announce itself. There's no loud alarm that says, this matters more than you think. It's just small choices made in good faith, stacking up quietly. I remember a Sunday afternoon when my son asked if I wanted to take a walk with him, just around the block. I said I had paperwork to finish. He shrugged and went outside alone. I watched him from the window for a moment, then went back to the table. I don't remember what the paperwork was. In my 40s, I was tired all the time, not physically, but in a deeper way, the kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. I told myself that was adulthood, that this dull weight was just the cost of being responsible. My marriage became efficient. We coordinated schedules. We discussed logistics. We stopped talking about our thoughts unless they needed action. I thought that was normal. I thought love matured into something quieter and less demanding. She started coughing around that time. Nothing dramatic, just a cough that lingered. We joked about it. She said she'd see a doctor eventually. Eventually stretched. When the diagnosis came, it didn't feel real. We sat in a small room with pale walls, and the doctor spoke carefully, like he was stepping on thin ice. I nodded a lot, asked practical questions, treatment options, timelines. I didn't ask her how she felt until later, much later. By then, she was already trying to protect me from her fear. Those years are blurry now. Appointments, waiting rooms, the smell of disinfectant. I kept working through most of it. I told myself stability mattered, that I was being strong. She never told me to stop. She died on a Tuesday, gray sky. I remember because the garbage hadn't been taken out yet. The house felt wrong immediately, like the air had lost its shape.
People said all the right things. They told me I'd been a good husband, a provider, a steady presence. I accepted those words because they were offered. I didn't argue. After she was gone, time didn't heal anything. It just exposed the empty spaces more clearly. My children were grown by then. They had their own lives, jobs, families. I didn't want to burden them with my loneliness, so I kept conversations light. We talked about weather, news, holidays. I told myself that was enough. It wasn't. The question came when I was 81. I was sitting in a waiting room at the clinic. A volunteer sat next to me, young woman, kind eyes. We chatted about nothing in particular. Before she was called away, she asked me, "What did you enjoy the most when you were younger?" It wasn't a dramatic question. She didn't mean anything by it, but I froze. My mind went blank, not because there was nothing there, but because everything I reached for felt thin. Work achievements, promotions, numbers on paper. None of it felt like enjoyment. It felt like effort. I opened my mouth and nothing came out. She smiled politely and stood up. The moment passed, but the question stayed. That night, I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, running through my life like old footage. I saw moments I'd skipped over before. The way my wife looked when she laughed unexpectedly. The sound of my daughter's voice when she was small and reading out loud. The weight of my son leaning against me during a movie. Those were the moments that held warmth, and I'd treated them like background noise. I realized then that I'd spent most of my life preparing for something instead of being in it, preparing for security, for rest, for a future that kept moving forward just out of reach. There are things that can't be fixed, conversations that will never happen, apologies that arrive too late to be useful. You can acknowledge them, but you can't undo them. I can't sit with my wife again and tell her I should have listened more. I can't go back to that Sunday afternoon and choose the walk instead of the paperwork. Those doors are closed, not locked, closed. There's a difference. Locked suggests force could help. Closed just means it's over. People talk about being remembered, legacy. I don't think about that much. I think about whether I was fully there when it mattered, and the honest answer is, not as often as I believed. If you're listening to this, I won't tell you what to do. I don't know your life. I only know mine. I know that I assumed time was generous. I know I treated presence like something I could schedule later. Later is a fragile word. If something in this sounds familiar, sit with it. Don't rush to fix it or frame it into something neat. Just notice it. That's all I wish I'd done sooner. I don't have many years left. That's not sadness. It's just information. My days are smaller now, but clearer. When someone sits with me, I put the newspaper down. I listen. I let silence be what it is.
I'm not trying to make peace with everything. Some things don't resolve. They just soften at the edges. If this meant something to you, hold on to it in whatever way feels right. And if it didn't, that's fine too. Not every truth belongs to everyone. I'll be here tomorrow morning waiting for the light to come in through the window. That's enough for now.